Blessings, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dane, your host. I hope you're doing well wherever you may find yourselves. And again, happy holiday season. Today's video is my top 40 favorite Deep Purple songs of all time, counting backwards from 40 to number 1, so they are ranked. And unlike some previous ranking the songs videos, I will have some honorable mentions. I regret not giving some honorable mentions for my Uriah Heep top 35, but it happens. Hindsight's always 20/20. All right, let's get started. So I'll do the honorable mentions last. Coming at let me get a taste of my coffee first. Sorry about that. Coming in last at number 40 is from the debut album Shades of Deep Purple, and that is And the Address. I was a teenager when I got this, not this particular version, but I could have sworn it was And the Address Is, but it just says And the Address. So it's an instrumental. I do like it. It's always been kind of stuck with me since high school when I first heard it. It's kind of late to Deep Purple, I guess, from... with respect to the debut album, it was very late, but I knew the Ian Gillan stuff earlier than that because of the radio. The exception would be, of course, the song Hush, which I also knew from childhood, but most of the songs on here I came into later. All right, so number 40 is And the Address. Number 39, sticking with the same album, have to include Hush. Great song. I am not the biggest fan of Rod Evans as a singer, but I do like those three albums with him on it. If that paradox makes sense, it's more about Rod Evans alone, but not the greatest singer. But much of this is quite good. There are other songs I like on here. There are other songs I like on the second Book of Taliesin, and of course the third album just called Deep Purple. So again, number 40 And the Address. Number 39 is Hush. Really cool lyrics to sing to when it comes to Hush. Of course, Ian Gillan does it later. Post Perfect Strangers. I think it's on the Nobody's Home live album, if I'm not correct, or something wrong along those lines. All right, next, number 38 is from the David Coverdale era, and that is it is from the Come Taste the Band album, and that is I Need Love, number 5. This is very proto-Whitesnake, or foreshadowing what's to come in Whitesnake. A lot of love in Whitesnake titles, the song titles, right? But it's okay, it works. And I need more than you can give me, he says. Or actually, I got it written down. I need more than you got. I need love. Really cool song. So it's going to be in my top 40 at number 38. Number 37, now we're sticking with the David Coverdale version, Mark III. And it's from the Stormbringer album, and this is the song Holy Man. And we have Glenn Hughes on vocals here. I am a holy man, that's all she said to me. And then you got the chorus, which is just wonderful. I'm forgetting the lyrics now, but I've been on the road so long, won't you understand, or something. I think this is a fabulous song. A lot of people pan this one, critics and fans alike. I love this album, and I've spoken about that many times. I fell in love with this album the first time I heard it, and I did at one point in high school chase down this on vinyl, had it on vinyl, but ruined by Hurricane Katrina. It's okay, I have it on CD at least. Great album art, great album cover. Holy Man, number 37. All right, number 36, gonna shock some of y'all. This album is not very good, but there are 4 or 5 songs on it that I think are quite good. I think a little bit underappreciated. So number 36 is Wicked Ways from the Slaves and Master album. You have some interesting keyboards, synths from John Lord. The vocals, I think, are top-notch from Joe Lynn Turner, the only Joe Lynn Turner, Rainbow, I almost said, or did say, Deep Purple, or as some people say, Deep Rainbow, or Purple Rainbow, or Rainbow Purple. It was silly, right? But anyway, I gotta give props to some of the songs on this album, and so number 36 is Wicked Ways. Has a heaviness to it, but not totally. I do like it. And sticking with this album and cracking the top 35 of all time for me is King of Dreams. That opening part, the introduction of the song, you get the It's kind of a guy groaning in the background, and you hear the clock ticking. And as I'm talking about it, literal goosebumps. And then you have as I said, the clock ticking, and then this boom, this really moody, haunting, someone's getting up in the morning, they're going to bed at night, I'm not sure. Well, they're going to bed because of dreams, right? So, or they're just waking up from their dream, who knows? But it is just, again, chills, the way you get when you know you're getting the flu or sick, but in a good way, goosebumps. I love this song. I know I'm going to be laughed at, made fun of, I can't help it. King of Dreams is making my top 35. It's cracking the top 35 in my top 40 favorite Deep Purple songs of all time. So there it is. Go ahead and laugh. Number 34. From the Perfect Strangers album, we have, that's right, you guessed it, the title track, Perfect Strangers. Again, I said this before, but it's so amazing. When I first heard this song, I was like blown away. That's the Deep Purple I know and love. I do take issues with this album because you don't have Ian Gillan, correct me if I'm wrong, ever anywhere on this album singing in that high register like Child in Time and other spots when he was originally in the band, this being a comeback album. And yet the previous album that he was on with Black Sabbath, Born Again, there's lots of that. So where's the wailing? And that's why I like this album. I don't love it because I miss some of that wailing, which he was capable of doing. But regardless of that, Perfect Strangers is a masterpiece of a song. I love it. Got to have this in my list. So 34. The guitar is amazing. The whole band is amazing in the song. But what makes it is that classic John Lord introduction and the guitar wailings from Mr. Blackmore himself. Number 34, Perfect Strangers. Number 33. From the Fireball album, and that is track 2, No, No, No. Are we getting along? No, no, no. Right? I'm butchering the lyrics, and I'm butchering how it's phrased, but you get my point. I think it's very catchy. I think it's got a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's got a certain earworm quality to it, and some people will disagree, but there's just something about it. Is it a perfect song? No, but I got to put it above Perfect Strangers. It's part of, it's always stuck in my head, it seems, at times. So it's that means I like it a lot. I love it, actually. So number 33, No, No, No. Really cool song, I think. Next, going to the Burn album, Sail Away, number 32. A very slow song and yet amazing in its own right, almost 6 minutes long. The lyrics are just phenomenal, and the way that David, his vocal phrasings, I think, are just spot on. So Sail Away, number 32. Now, number 31, originally from the debut, Mandrake Root. Whether you're talking about the Rod Evans version or the live album, Live in Stockholm 1970, or, well, here's the better version. This is the abridged version. This says bonus track. So these are the same CD, just different packaging. This is a CD, a bonus CD with a bonus DVD. I prefer this. So Mandrake Root on here because it's longer. You have some amazing. It's heavier. It's heavier because Gillan is singing it. Rod Evans isn't a heavy vocalist, and Ritchie Blackmore and the entire band are just like. It's proto metal at its best. This version of Mandrake Root. Again, I like this, but really, despite the fact that it's going to be in the list at 31 no matter which version you choose, but of the two, it's the Ian Gillan live version for me is the definitive version. So Mandrake Root, really cool, heavy in its own right, proto metal at its best. Number 30, same album, and Wring That Neck, which is on the second or third Rod Evans album. I forget which. I didn't pull it out, but I'm either way, either Rod Evans or this version. Again, like the previous song, I like the Ian Gillan version. To me, this is the definitive edition. It's longer, it's heavier, it's proto metal at its best. So Wring That Neck. I love this song. It works so much cooler with Ian at the helm. So yeah, Wring That Neck, the live version from Stockholm 1970. You need to get this. You need to get all the, if you're a Deep Purple fan like me, you need to get all the official Deep Purple overseas live series, and this is part of it. Really cool album. I think it was a bootleg at one time called Deep Purple Live in Hell on YouTube or something like that. But anyway, this is really great. So Mandrake Root, number 31. Wring That Neck, number 30. 2 early songs, but Ian Gillan style here. Great. All right, so number 29, Space Truckin' would be higher in my list if I was younger, but I still like this song quite a bit. I love the song, but it's dropped down in many years because I realize there's just so many other songs I have to put ahead of it. It's just the way it works, right? Hey, Bowie. Hey, Sweet Pea. But man, what a great song. Live, of course, it's extended. But for me, the definitive version is the one on here, number 7. The version that the version that Dweezil Zappa did on the box set, on the Machine Head, is quite good, but I still like this version better. This, again, the definitive version. Space Truckin', it's a jam, essentially, even though this version is short. It becomes a jam later on, but it still has that jam-like quality, even though it's under 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 31 seconds. Wonderful song. Not the biggest fan when Coverdale does it. It's okay, but this is wonderful. Space Truckin' coming in at number 29. Coming in at number 28 is Lay Down, Stay Down. Number 28. Let's see, what track? Track number 3. This album is so great because you have 7 great songs in a row. And there'll be more to talk about in a few minutes. But Lay Down, Stay Down has that kick-ass, groovy guitar to it. It's bluesy and rockin' and hard at times, and the vocals are great. From Coverdale and Hughes doing that duet, if you will. Really cool. All right. Lay down, stay down. Right, okay, sorry, I can't sing. All right, number 27, sticking with this album, You Fool No One. I got a fever for more cowbell. So, yes, lots of cowbell on the song. It's a great song. Bluesy and heavy, but in a different way from Lay Down, Stay Down. And it's catchy because of the delivery and the phrasing from Coverdale when he sings, "You fool no one." It's just great. It just works overall. The band is just phenomenal here on the song, as so many songs are from this wonderful, legendary, and masterpiece type of band. So You Fool No One, number 27. Number 26. Lady Double Dealer. And I think this is an underrated song. This is an underrated album. A lot of people like Stormbringer and they leave it at that, or they like Stormbringer and Gypsy and Soldier of Fortune and everything in between you don't care for. I'm going to disagree. Again, it's all about how you hear. Everyone hears differently. But Lady Double Dealer has kind of a fast-pacedness to it. It's bluesy. Get out of my way, I'm getting tired of you, right? It's great. Down, down, down. It's got some groove to it. This and the follow-up to this, very groovy in its own right. Just a great song. So Lady Double Dealer, get out of my way, I'm getting tired of you. But just great. Great. Number 26, Lady Double Dealer. Number 25, Love Don't Mean a Thing. Same album. In this song, Coverdale and Hughes talking about, it's all about the money, of course. It's, not serious, but Hughes talking about, when I get up, I got to check my money, right? And then the duet between the two guys, and then when Coverdale comes in every time, it just soars vocally, and it just plays off the juxtaposition of what Hughes is doing back and forth between the two, and when Coverdale comes in, it kind of has that light and shade going on. So it's just wonderful. Great song. All right, next, same album, Hold On. Very gospel-ish almost, bluesy and a little bit of gospel. Coverdale is just dynamite here, as he is always or most of the time in Deep Purple, if not all the time. And a love song, Gotta Be By My Side kind of a song, Gotta Be With You, Gotta Be Next to You. I want to say almost a proto Whitesnake song, but maybe foreshadowing Whitesnake a little bit. There are other songs I'll talk about today that actually do that much better than Hold On. But I think this is a fabulous song. I think it's very romantic. I remember a girlfriend or two playing this for them, and they're like, "Oh, well, this is kind of romantic." So yeah, Hold On, really cool song, sexy too. All right, so 23, sticking with the same album. You can't do it right with the one you love. This is groovy too, right? It's got a little country flair to it, with the bass and the guitar in small spurts. You got the background singers going on, so that's the kind of a quasi gospel thing going on, or just kind of soul rather, or a little bit of both. I love the song, so I got to put it here. And it's crazy, some people cannot stand the song. I love it, so Can't Do It Right with the One You Love. The song's in my head. Boom, boom, ding, 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 and it fades out. You can't do it right with the one you love. Nothing you can do. All right, sorry about that. All right, number 22. I just love that song. Maybe I'm a Leo. Slow and bluesy and yet amazing in its own right. Maybe I'm a Leo. I can't sing that song. I can't sing at all. I'm sorry I keep saying that, but it's just, I get so passionate about Deep Purple. It's just, what a great band. So Maybe I'm a Leo. I've never been a big fan of horoscopes and all that, but the lyrics are fun. It's a fun song, and it kicks ass in its own slow, bluesy, and slow hard rock, if that makes sense. It's just hard to explain, but what a great song. 22, Maybe I'm a Leo. 21. Track number 10 on Come Taste the Band, You Keep On Moving. You got a great bass intro. This is a slow song, but you got great bass intro. You get some great Hammond organ and synths from John Lord. The guitar from the guitar from Ritchie Blackmore here. I almost said Blackie Lawless. Guitar from Ritchie Blackmore here is phenomenal. This is such a Deep Purple song, if that makes sense. It's groovy in its own right, but in a different way from stuff on Stormbringer, because Tommy Bolin's here. The guitar from, I'm sorry, I said Ritchie Blackmore didn't. I'm sorry, Tommy Bolin, excuse me. Tommy is just amazing here. And I think I said that because here is where Tommy Bolin seems to be imitating Ritchie Blackmore, whether on purpose or not. And he didn't want to do that. He wanted to be his own person in his own right, and he does it. But I think there's a little bit of that, regardless. Maybe it's just me. So You Keep On Moving, a great song. I'm not talking about the single version. I'm talking about the bonus track, actually number 9, which is longer. I think this is an underrated gem. This is an underrated album. So Come Taste the Band's You Keep On Moving. What a song. All right. Now, that was number 21. So now we're going into my top 20 of all time. And I have to include Soldier of Fortune. Very similar to another song on this album. It's a ballad. It's a slow song. But boy, talk about pull your heartstrings. Talk about an emotive song. Love song, you could argue, and about being a drifter. More on that later to come in this video. Hint, hint. All right, so Soldier of Fortune, what a great song, number 9 on Stormbringer. Back to Come Taste the Band. These next two I could flip because I really can't make up my mind, but for right now, number 19 is Dealer. And Dealer has what seems to be at times a slide guitar, but I'm not sure. It kind of sounds like slide, kind of doesn't, but maybe sort of based on the way the phrasing of the strings and notes and chords are being played. But regardless, what a great bluesy song, heavy blues song. Of course, we see the beginnings. This is a very proto Whitesnake album because the word dealer comes up quite a bit or a little bit in Whitesnake. Think of the Slide It In album, think of Come and Get It, that kind of thing. So even in the solo album, even if the word dealer isn't used, the card games and that kind of thing. So, so Dealer, number 19. Number 18 is also same album. It's Drifter. There's a theme going again here. David Coverdale seems to like his themes. Being a loner, Soldier of Fortune, card games, fortune smiling on you or not smiling on you when it comes to the game of love. If that's not a game, but in card game type metaphors it is. But Drifter here, very much like Soldier of Fortune thematically, the loner, the nomad, the person who's wandering, can't find his way. That's good, that's bad. It's a little bit of both. It's sad, it's bluesy, it's ballady. Here it's more of a heavier song. It's a hard rock and blues song. I love it. Drifter. This is track number 6. Dealer is track number 4. So number 18 is Drifter. Number 19 was Dealer. Number 20 was Soldier of Fortune. All right. Sticking with this album is Lady Luck. And this is the second song on here. And boy, does this... I wanted to add this is Proto Whitesnake. Definitely. You can hear it. Blue-Eyed Gypsy Queen, some of the vocals. Lady Midnight, some of the phrasing, the vocals, and then just a great chorus here when he sings Lady Luck, the title and the chorus, just great. Again, foreshadowing what's to come, the greatness that is the band Whitesnake. So got to give props to the song. This is an underrated song, I think. Sticking with this album, that was 17, Lady Luck. Number 16 is the wonderful opening track, Coming Home. This is heavy, more Proto Whitesnake, very, of course, Deep Purple-ish, duh. But you get the best of both worlds with this album because it has a Deep Purple and a Proto Whitesnake feel to it, and that's why I guess so many of us who like Deep Purple love this album, despite that it's been panned by many fans and critics alike. Coming Home is heavy in a Deep Purple-ish way, Whitesnake way, just great. The vocals are just amazing. All right, number 16. 16 was Coming Home. So now we're cracking the top 15, and that would be Gypsy, a rock and roll theme about being down on your luck because of, prophecy and fortune tellers and that kind of thing. Think Tarot Woman and Rainbow. Think of Crystal Ball Sticks. We have it here with Gypsy. And this is my favorite of the three. Crystal Ball would be second, etc. So Gypsy, tell me, Gypsy, can you see in my crystal ball? I'm asking you, what can I do? My back's against the wall. And man, just what a great song. Great lyrics. We can relate. Number 15, Gypsy. Okay. Back to this album. Track number 7 on Come Taste the Band, Love Child. Man, you have a great heavy blues guitar song, hints of proto-metal perhaps, proto-Whitesnake again. You have this great pairing with the way the notes kind of go up and down, or there's an up and down feeling to it, a groove. There's an up and downness to it, just the way the notes or chords or the it's hard to, just the direction that the song goes into. This seems to be this to and fro or up and down. It's hard to explain. And it's soulful. It's just a great song. So Love Child, you want me to, I can't sing, but I can't remember the lyrics. But man, it's just, this up and down greatness is just amazing. So Love Child, 14. Next, this album, Mistreated. In previous thoughts, this would be much higher, but no, 13 is, I think, where it belongs. This is 7 minutes, almost 30 seconds, 7:27 in length. The guitar here from Richie is top-notch. It's phenomenal. That stuttering type of guitar, staccato type guitar is fabulous, and one of the best vocal deliveries from Coverdale of all time. And a great intro. It's just a great song. It's dynamite. What can I say? Okay, Mistreated, number 13. Number 12. Let's see. It's on here, actually. Hard Lovin' Man. This is an underrated song. It's a heavy song in the sense that it's a Deep Purple heavy song Wonderful guitar, wonderful Hammond organ and keys and synths from John Lord. The drums are amazing. The bass is amazing. And vocally, Ian Gillan, one of his best songs of all time. It's in my list, of course. And I think this song doesn't get enough love. So it's definitely in my top 15. Really struggled at first was where I should put it, but it has to be here. I love it that much. I know some people would probably put it further down, but Hard Lovin' Man, what a great song. Number 12 on the In Rock album. All right. Sticking with this album. Bum, 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 ba-da. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so, and then the bass kicks in, right? Great bass, right? Great guitar, an overplayed song, but I love it. I don't listen to it that frequently, but man, when I listen to it, I'm all in. So it's that kind of song. Yeah, this is a wonderful song. So Smoke on the Water, the hit, barely out of my top 10 at number 11. I think it's the perfect place for me. Number 11, Smoke on the Water. Back to the Burn album. Track number 2, Might Just Take Your Life. This is so heavy in a Mark III way. Great vocals. The band this is just one of those, like all these songs pretty much. This is just a wow song. The lyrics are fabulous. I'm hearing the song in my head. Oh man, I just can't get enough of this song. Might Just Take Your Life. Dude, vocals are just phenomenal. Okay. Delivery. It's all about the delivery, right? Like a comedian, right? Okay. Might Just Take Your Life, number 10. Now, one of their heavier songs that I just love, the way that Ian Gillan belts out the name of the song, and that is the word lazy. Really high vocal squeal, right? 7 minutes and 19 seconds of heavy metal goodness or proto-heavy metal goodness. You just stay in bed. It's light and shade because you have the soft Ian Gillan. You ain't got no job, got no bread. Something like that. And then he goes, lazy. Great song. I love this. This is some of the best proto-metal of all time. Lazy, number 9. And we can relate to wanting to not get out of bed. There's a song by Great White, Can't Face Today. Very similar theme here. Lazy, number 9. All right. This next song opens up with sounds like someone's in a spaceship and they're being jettisoned into the unbreathable, lack of oxygen universe. And then you get this wonderful going right above you, show me, something like that. Fireball, title track. What a great song. The opening is something like whoop, whoop. Sorry, I'm being goofball today. I can't help it. That's my love of Deep Purple coming out. So Fireball, number 8. Love this sucker. Great song. All right, back to Machine Head. One of the greatest bass intros of all time. Highway Star. And Ian Gillan with those high-pitched vocals at times, talking about his love of his car, his hair, right? Ain't nobody gonna take my girl. Ain't nobody gonna take my car. Right, comparing the two. This is to Deep Purple what maybe Trampled Underfoot is to Led Zeppelin. You can make the argument both songs about a car and the love, but it's also about sex. It's about both. Both of those songs are about that. There's a comparison. And I remember not knowing when I first heard the song on the radio, I was like, who is that? And then, of course, I figured it out. So I was kind of late to the song, even though I knew some of the songs on this already. Let's face it, when this album first came out, when we were kids, if we heard it, we knew Smoke on the Water and Space Truckin', and that was it. And then we explored and got the rest, right? So Highway Star, what a great song. And this kind of foreshadows Trashed a little bit with Black Sabbath because of the car imagery and that kind of thing. But there's no drinking here, I don't think. So anyway, cool. So Highway Star, number 7. Now, this next song was originally, let's see. Yeah. Originally, this was, it was originally a single, and then it made its way. No, it was the last track. I'm not sure if it was originally on this album, because this is the bonus version. But I'm talking about the song Black Night. Black night is a long way from home. Oh, 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 home. Doo, doo. Okay, sorry. I'm having fun. What can I say? So Black Night, number 6. We used to have this on, we used to have Deepest Purple, the greatest hits on the jukebox when I was a bartender at the bar I used to work at in the 90s. And I would play Speed King and Black Knight all the time, among other things. I just love the song. Black Knight, one of their best songs. It is number 6 in my list. So now, cracking the top 5, folks. Number 5 is Child in Time. Great epic track. Light and Shade. The longest song, studio-wise, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And you have some amazing high-pitched vocals, as you know, from Ian. Okay. Comes down, comes up, comes down, comes out. It's very long, as you know. And very emotive piece. And in addition to that, what you have at near the end or at the end is just this climax of instruments crashing down, and then it ends with a little bit of guitar flourish from Richie. Great song. Great song. In the original vinyl that I had, I think Ian Gillan's that the song is about a loser, whatever that means. I have some ideas, but Child in Time, number 5. Sticking with this album. This song, like Stormbringer, mostly rhymed couplets, correct me if I'm wrong, and so it has a, I don't want to say it has a rap feel to it. I guess you could say that, but the rhyme couplet works the same way that rap does, but it's heavy, and you have him singing "No No No" in the title as well, in the lyrics, excuse me. And I used to confuse the song with "No No No" on Fireball, but Bloodsucker, what a great song. It is one of the heaviest Deep Purple songs of all time. I love it. I wish I could sing the lyrics to show you what I mean, that it has that rap-like quality to it. And I hate rap music, but it has that bounciness or to and fro, the way that it's about the delivery from Ian. Of course, rap not a big thing yet when this comes out. It's in the workings, but what a great song. Bloodsucker. I love the song because it's so damn heavy and you can sing to it. It's funny how I can't remember the lyrics right now, but when I put it on, I'll be singing along and know the lyrics from start to finish. So, what a great song. Bloodsucker, number 4. So heavy. All right, number 3, the title track, and that is Burn. Great intro, great vocals. It's a heavy song. This is to Burn what Stormbringer is to Stormbringer, not just because of the title track, because there's that level of heaviness to it, and just an amazing band showcasing how wonderful it can be, and is. So, Burn, number 3. Speaking of Stormbringer, number 2, also a very heavy song and has that rhymed couplet feel to it, coming out of nowhere, driving like rain, Stormbringer, dance on the thunder again, black cloud gathering, making the day, very soulful and yet heavy at the same time. And those of you, if you like rap music, you could make this into a rap song. It has that feel to it. Again, I don't like rap, and this is not meant to be insensitive or offensive or, how can you say that has a rap? Well, it just does. Because of that rhymed couplet feel to it. So anyway, Stormbringer, proto-metal at its best. What a phenomenal song. Finally, another heavy song. Go figure, my favorite Deep Purple song of all time, and that is the song that has an homage to songs from the 50s and 60s. Phrases like, good golly, Miss Molly, been rockin' in the house of blue light, tutti frutti, old Rudy, hard-headed woman and a soft-headed man, etc. So Speed King, of course, is my number 1 favorite song of all time. Used to play this on the jukebox all the time when I was a bartender. Oh, man, I would bang my head to this. What a great song. All right, so it gets you moving, right? So, again, I can't say this enough. It is so damn heavy for 1971, I believe. Anyway, I can't see the date on here. All right. Honorable mentions. When a Blind Man Cries, which is on, I think, the double version of Deepest Purple, and it made its way onto various bonus tracks of various Deep Purple albums over the years. I want to say it's also on Perpendicular. Don't quote me on that. Ted the Mechanic, also from Perpendicular, so Steve Morse era. That's a cool song. Not great, but it's worthy enough to make honorable mentions. Bad Attitude from House of Blue Light. The opening's a little too popish for me, but then it's more a little bit more of the Deep Purple I know and love. The only really song I like on that album, House of Blue Light, which is a reference to Speed King, but I got to give it in my honorable mentions that, again, is Bad Attitude. Fire in the Basement from Slaves and Masters. I love the Freudian intentional slip-ups all the time. The title track is very Freudian. I love the way Jill Lynn Turner comes in at the end. Hey, you got a match? Very funny, right? I love it. Can't forget about Woman from Tokyo from Who Do We Think We Are? This is the only song in the list from, but I could probably include, and I will right now since I'm here and it's not listed here, but Rat Bat Blue from Who Do We Think We Are deserves honorable mention. Love Conquers All, also from Slaves and Masters. I think this is a wonderful song. Love song, of course, in the title. We have the word love. The Cut Runs Deep, one of the best songs on that album. Very powerful, very moving, very emotive, gives me goosebumps. Jill Lynn Turner is amazing in the song, as he is in the others I mentioned on that album. Let's see. As if we go back to Fire in the Basement for a minute, you have just a wonderful, great guitar solo and a wonderful solo from John Lord in his own right. So there you have it, folks. These are my top 40 favorite Deep Purple songs of all time with some honorable mentions. Please post in the comments if you'd like to. Share your own list if you'd like to. And please consider clicking the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. God bless. Bye.